Yeah, okay, so I am going to go through and answer a couple of questions. So let's see what we have. Okay, so I get this question a lot, and it's one that I really enjoy talking about, so I'm glad that somebody asked it. So the question is, you mentioned quickly that you do not do hands-on assists during physical practices. I was taught in my training to do hands-on assists. Can you explain to me why you don't and why it's not something that you teach? Absolutely. So no, that's right. I do not teach hands-on assists in the physical practice. And the reason is because years ago I had learned this term, and the term was somatic dominance. Has anybody ever heard of that term? Can you raise your hand if you've ever heard the somatic dominance term? Okay, a couple of you have heard of it. Awesome. So somatic dominance means that when I'm standing up in front of a room full of people, as a teacher, like solely just because I am their teacher, I hold a place of power, right? I have power over that room, and inherently I have power over that person. I have a choice in that. I have a choice to assert that power in a somatic way, meaning that I tell somebody where their body needs to land. I tell them they should look a certain way or land a certain way. Or I have the opportunity to let my ego go, soften that away, and create a space for my students to learn what their bodies are asking for, to learn what their bodies need. So my job as a teacher, I believe, and what I teach other people to do is, instead of creating a space of somatic dominance, I try to help my students as future teachers learn how to create a space for autonomy. And by creating a space for autonomy, what that means is that you have the skill of language, you have the skill of moving your own body, you have the skill of asking your students the right questions so that they could come to the conclusion themselves about where the best place is for their body to land, where the best place is for them to be. I have no ability to know everything about my students. I don't have these complex medical histories on everyone who takes a physical practice with me. I don't know about their shoulder. I don't know about their ankle. And what I really don't know is about their trauma history. I don't know what their big life experiences has been. You know, we all experience capital T, like big traumas. We all experience daily little traumas and lots of life stresses, and we show up in different stages of life with different stories, and I can't assess all of those stories and make an informed decision how to work with each one of those individual students. My job as a teacher is not telling somebody where to land, but instead giving them the space to learn and grow, to figure that out for themselves. We live in this culture where we have information that we're inundated with since we're children about what we're supposed to look like, what we're supposed to do, how we're supposed to move, how we're supposed to act. And yoga, capital Y yoga, is learning how to strip away some of those identities, starting to strip away the masks that you wear, the costumes that you wear, and start to come into relationship with the truest and realist aspects of yourself. And we can't do that if somebody's always telling us what to do, or if we think we should be doing things because that is what my teacher wants for me. So instead of putting students where I think they should go, I teach them how to find that for themselves. And so that is why I do not do hands-on assists, and why I don't teach that to future teachers. But what I do make sure that I teach is that future teachers have the languaging and the skills to allow for a space for inquiry, for their students to ask the questions of themselves that will get them to the place that they need to go. So hopefully that answers